Hi, Aries. Welcome into your reading. Okay, as we're going in, for those of you celebrating Easter, happy Easter. Also, for those of you who are having Passover, hope it's a great Passover and you had a good holiday. If it didn't pass yet while you're seeing this, all right. But let's get into it because we're going to go into the third week of April. Um, I'm shuffling, right? And I'm seeing this card pop out, the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. I always say energy because they don't have to be that sign. They're encapsulating those energies. And what is an air sign person like? And that's incoming. So it's someone who's, very much in their head. They're thoughtful. They're just not emotional. They don't just scream the I love yous. They're fair, they're balanced, they're honest, but they do a lot of critical analysis. So take that as you will, and how or what this person plays a role in your life. Obviously, it's significant for it to have popped out in my face as I'm shuffling for your third week of April. Now, let's continue and see what's going on. And that's probably going to be the last and final week of Aries season. So happy birthday to a lot of you Aries out there who are celebrating. Yeah, let's continue and see what's going on. So, what's the situation for my Aries, please? I'm trying to speak closer to the mic so there's, can hear me better. And finally, I feel like this was a better fit than all the other equipment I had. Okay, let's see what's going on here. You have the Chariot and the Queen of Swords. Interesting, the counterpart to the King of Swords. So you guys right now, for all intents and purposes, and this is a very, very strong feeling that I'm getting, an energy. I can almost feel it kinetically from you guys. Chariot is Cancer, by the way. You guys you're on a mission. You have an agenda. And usually the Chariot is somebody that's very focused and very driven to the point where it's like they're missing the good stuff, but they're also missing the bad stuff. So, and it is because you're just looking at end game and final goal results. So if I was to say, hey, you're in your car and you're going down the highway and you're speeding, but your mind is focused on where you're going to end up because you're trying to get to that place you're driving to, right? A lover or somebody interested in you is at the side of the road trying to wave you down, or it's a job or an opportunity trying to wave you down. You don't see it because you're just driving down. I mean, like, they've got to do something big time to catch your attention at this point in time. But this is also the bad stuff. So if there's like crisis happening outside the window as you're driving past it, you're also not looking at it. You're like, oh shit, it's hailing like firestorms out there. You're still driving right past it. Because in your minds and in your feeling, you're the one that's being critical now. You're the one that's thinking and analyzing. And there's nothing wrong with it because you're in the upright position here as the Queen of Swords. You've lifted your sword, so you're either going to cut something out or put it down to have a conversation with somebody. Moreover, the vibe of these two cards is that you're really analyzing something, and it's going deeper than normal to the point where you're thinking about how to strategize on something. I feel like as if, and this is normal because we had what was it, Neptune leaving Cancer? Which planet just left Cancer? And it's like, thank God, it's like no more depression, and it's headed right into Aries, I believe, or it's going into a fire sign. It's either Aries or Leo, I'm not sure. But the point is, it's action oriented. And it's Mars. There it is, Mars, the planet of Mars, which is going into Leo, is starting to make you want to take action. And that's what's happening here. And that's what it's making me feel like. Yeah, and at the bottom of the deck, here you are, Aries, the Fool. You're taking a risk. You're taking a leap of faith, and you're like, fuck it. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if I'm going to be single or if, leaving this job behind, I got to make goals for me. So you're thinking about your future, is what it feels like. Sorry, that was long winded, I know, but it's a big thing. It's a big deal. And you're starting this week off with all that powerful energy within you. You're just thinking on how to disperse it. Now, what's coming towards my Aries, please? Wow. I am so loving these energies. All right. Look who's at the bottom of the deck. The King of Swords. And under that, maybe this person's a Libra. Don't know. There's justice right behind it. But it looks like karma correction and things are starting to be fair and balanced for you finally. But what did come out was the Ace of Cups. It's a fresh new start in love, or a new start in something you will love to do as an opportunity. But it's an opportunity. What you make of it is what you will, right? This is you ending old chapters and starting new chapters. I know it. You don't even have to tell me, Aries. I know you're all feeling it, especially right around your birthdays. You're sitting here and you're calculating where you were, what you did, to the culmination of who you are and where you are today. And it's natural for every human being to do that around their birthday, but more so now it's different for you guys. For you particularly, you're thinking about your legacies, what you're going to leave behind, and how you're going to be remembered, and the impact that you're making on the world. Because a lot of you, with the change of times that are coming towards us, you will be huge leaders and you will be huge influencers and impactors into the society as a whole. Might not feel like that today, but it's true. But you are starting that new chapter, right? And you're curious about it, or you're curious about how to go about it. We'll see when we clarify, but it has everything to do with this person. This person has offered you something. And we'll see. What is it that Aries does not see coming their way? Wow, I am really feeling strong and loving your readings this week, Aries. It feels so powerful. What is it that Aries doesn't see coming? They're surprised. Do they need to be prepared or happily surprised? Seven of Wands, defensiveness or resistance. Yeah, something to do with, I see it. Remember when I gave you that big ass speech in the beginning of this reading with the Chariot? You're staying focused, regardless positive, negative. You're not derailing, or you're like, that's it. I have a mission. I have to leave something behind, or I have to do this. Whatever you're doing or thinking, it's coming here as the surprise in the middle of the week, because this is you either defending yourself against all the naysayers or resisting something or someone. All right. And what I'm loving is at the bottom of the deck is the Devil. So this is what you're doing. You're recognizing toxicity now. You're recognizing toxic people. You're recognizing toxic patterns, behavior. You're cleaning your shadow side. And it's all being represented by this little minor arcana, the Seven of Wands. And then you have the 5. Is this the 5? Damn ass font. Font is like the size of like 0. What are you? Yeah, 5 of Wands in reverse. You're letting go of all the bullshit, all the challenges, all the difficulties. They want to come at me? Great, let them come at me. They want to challenge me? Great. They're going to see how hard they're going to have to fight for the position, because I swear they can't beat me. Oh, they want to come... They want this? Well, they got to measure up. They got to level up. It's one of those vibes. It's one of those energies. Because every wand represents something or someone that's coming at you. Life's difficulties, life's hurdles, a person, a situation, the people who are telling you you can't do it. And there you are in the middle fighting them off with a stick. Don't tell me I can't do it. Never tell an Aries you can't do it. They're like, really? Hold my beer. I'm going to show you how. And really do it. And that's what it is. You're not caring with the 5 of Wands in reverse. You're like, you're not my competition. That's really the energy of the 5 of Wands in reverse. You're not my competition. You're not my challenge. In fact, they're starting to melt away in front of you, because you're starting to see how easy it is to see the mistakes and the problems that are headed your way. Congratulations, Aries. Now you know why you've had such shitty hurdles the last 2-3 years. It was to prepare you for this, the good stuff that's coming. So when the negative stuff comes to impact you, your life, and bring you turbulence, you see it so you could segue around it or away from it. All right. And I do see at the bottom of the deck, the devil will always be attracted to you because you're a bright light. And just like a moth to a flame, they're always going to be attracted to somebody who's shining bright, because everybody wants to be around that energy. It's like famous people, it's like everybody wants their autograph or everybody wants a picture with them because they're somebody and they represent power and strength and endurance and prosperity and all of that stuff, all that good stuff. And it comes in levels. It goes from the top to the bottom. And it's the same thing with you guys. With you guys, you're starting to shine because you're making smart moves, smart decisions. It might not look like that on the surface for you, but that's because you're movers and shakers and you move fast. You already see the end game before anybody's even caught up to you. That's the point of this energy. And that's why I feel like this week's reading is incredibly powerful for you. Now, let's see what the advice is here. Wow, I can't wait to clarify all this stuff. Yes, guys, we're going to get into love and work and details. Those of you who don't know, in the extended, it's mainly love. We talk about your other person and their thoughts and feelings, etc., etc. Where in this reading, it's generalized for your betterment and to help you. At the end of the day, I just want everyone to remember, it's still an enlightenment channel. And we just use tarot as the tool to get us there. All right, now, Page of Cups is your advice. Ooh, and the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. And the Hangman behind it. I'm seeing a lot of major arcana peeking out. I'm really loving what's behind the bottom of the deck because that's queuing up for you. It's coming down the pike. It's lining up, right? And all the stars and the planets are starting to line for you. So are your thoughts. So are your measures. And so is all your output, because you had a hell of a lot of input, but not a lot of output. Now, because Mars is going into your sister sign, Leo, you're getting that energy. You're getting that fire. Guys, use it as much as possible in the most positive of ways for the next 2 months, because I believe after June, it skedaddles. Now, with the Page of Cups in your advice position here, it's telling you to send out feelers, text messages, emails, resumes through third-party situations, right? Because let's just, tarot was invented back in the Dark Ages, in the 1700s. And back then there was pages and there was knights and there was kings and there was queens. And this is why you see them in tarot today as figures and symbols. But the page was the smallest, because the page would take from a knight that would deliver as a squire. What is that service in today's modern technology? It is texting. It is emailing. It is doing things through the internet. It is doing things through third party. It is whisper down the lane, right? And when it's a cup, it's an emotional situation. So it's asking you to send out feelers through a third party vehicle. Send out your resume. Go out online and send out feelers, putting yourself out there. Text that person that you love or like. Ask somebody for help. That's kind of the energy behind the Page of Cups. The universe will pick up the rest of the tab. Why am I saying this? Because you have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. Okay? They're saying just do a little, and we're going to push you along over the platform to get you back to Emperor status, even though you're all the way back here with the Page. Send them out so you can see what's going on, right? Because behind that, I was also seeing the Hangman, which is wait, hang out, see something from a different perspective. And then the following card, 10 of Cups, which is you being in the right place at the right time with the right people, with the right energy and the right chemistry for you and everybody involved. That is a work environment. That is a partner in love. All right. Now let's see what the outcome is over here. I know I'm getting you guys amped up and excited, but you got to put in the other half of the effort, right? Right. We got this. All right, let's continue and see the outcome. I don't even know what to title this week's reading because it's like the new you that's erupting here. So if you see, if the title is really weird and off and funky, this is because I really don't know what to title this reading, because this is so incredibly powerful, because this is where the new you is coming out. This is the change that's happening right before your eyes. And I'm seeing it through your cards too. What is the outcome of the week? The Ten of Cups came out. I love it. This is my favorite combination ever, 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 ever. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. It is the two best tens ever merged together. This is marriage. This is commitment. This is fulfillment. This is love, happiness, the white picket fence, the dog, the cat, the nice car in the driveway, money on your house. This is all, the kit and the caboodle. However, kit is out. The caboodle comes later. All right, let's see what's going on. Oh my God, I just saw the card peeking out behind the 10 of Pentacles. Who the hell isn't going to be happy? The sun. Guys, good stuff, good stuff. All right, let's see what's going on. What a great card for an outcome. You being in the right place, in the right energy. What is Chariot and Queen of Swords? Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so right now as I'm reading this, some of you could actually be single, or you're thinking about your singlehood. Others of you are thinking about your financial independence. I think a lot of you, and the bulk of you, are thinking about your financial independence. Others of you might be thinking, if this is love related, there is somebody in your sphere that's making you feel confident and comfortable again, especially now that Venus has gone direct. That you can put yourself out there, that you can be vulnerable, and that you will survive it if you get a rejection. You'll be like, that's fine, next. I'm learning to be vulnerable. I'm learning to be okay with me. I'm learning that this isn't about the rejection of me, more about them. Maybe they've got to do their work, and you're starting to see that you're like, you're a bag of chips and all that, but not in a pompous way. In a way that like, okay, understood, thank you, not the right fit. Next kind of vibe. So you're focused on that for a lot of you. So in your mind, you're calculating somebody that's coming towards you, that seems emotionally mature and available. So you're thinking about that. Others of you are thinking about your financial status on an independent level. Like, will you be okay? Can you stand on your own without the support or help of anybody else? Like, I don't need to, like, maybe I need to move back home, mom and dad, which is fine. But then after 3 or 4 months and I get my shit together, can I make this happen on my own? A lot of you are thinking about these things, like the legacy stuff that I was talking about earlier. All right, let's continue. And there is somebody out there that will support you and help you in a motivational type of way, because I see the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And if it's not financial, it's back to the love thing, where it is somebody emotionally available for you. Now, let's see what the Ace of Cups, the World, and the Page of Wands is here. Please clarify for Aries, please. All right. Now, others of you who might have been indulging or see a potential risk for a third-party situation in love, I think you're going to resist it. Yes, you're trying to work things out with somebody here and collaborate with them. But the third-party thing, you're like, hold on. Because if this new love that's coming in towards you, Aries, you're like, well, how are you attached? How attached are you? Are you still really attached to that other person? You're resisting it. And you are curious, though, where it could lead or where it could go, because you have strength now. And you do have strength, quite literally. Quite literally. But you are getting this new love, this new chapter, but you're resisting it. You're trying to make thoughtful decisions now. All right, so this is why you're resisting. And that card is bleeding right into the next cards where it's showing me the resistance and the hesitation. But I think as you're resisting, as you're hesitating, the blocks and obstacles do remove themselves, right? Because I think you're putting your foot down in the right way and in the right direction. What is the Seven of Wands, please? And the Five of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I think you're resisting all the toxic stuff, all the burdens, all the crazy stuff because you're knowing your worth and your value. You know what you want to bring into your world. At the end of the day, what makes a life? Simple question, right? What makes a life? Being happy. And what is that? Does it have to be abundance? But abundance comes in many forms. Love, it's like love, health, wealth, could be anything. Why am I telling you all this? Because she, female in the card, you being male or female, is the Empress. You know your worth and your value because you're trying to bring something into this world. Some of you single ladies are 40 years old and you want children and you never had it and you're like, I don't need a man to do that. Actually, I could do that by myself. I'm going to do that by myself. Man, you know what? I don't need that mofo boss telling me what to do. He could shove it because I'm going to show him how to do it and I'm going to do it on my own. Start my own company, my own business with my own worth and my own value. If a lot of you recently lost your jobs in the last 5-6 months, it was a reason. It was to prepare you for this new life. And make no mistake, guys, the universe will test you by giving you another round of the same shit you accepted 6 months ago until you make those changes, until you decide to go on that different path. It even happened to me. I lost a job and got another one the same week. How crazy is that? The same thing. Now, why did I do that or not do that? I mean, I'm not telling you the results, but my point is it's going to introduce that to you. All right. And I swear it's trying to keep me here on YouTube. So I keep doing this. Anyway, going back to you. The surprise is, even to yourself, you know what you want to bring into this world. Look at the Chariot. Look at the High Priestess. Look at all these undertones. Strength. These are all major arcanas showing you, I have strength. I can resist. I want to bring something into this world. The Chariot. I have a focus. I'm driven. Right? And I believe this is what you're doing. You're like, I want to have this. I want to bring my own company into this world. I want to bring in a family. I want to have a love life. I want to set up my retirement. I want to buy a house in the Caribbean and just, that's it. After 65, there I go. Or I want to buy a house in like the south of Italy and do a little Airbnb and that'll be the rest of my life. Whatever it is for you. You got a mission. You're on it. So, wonderful. Let's continue. What is the Page of Cups? Clarify, please. All right. Four of Pentacles. Interesting. And the King of Pentacles. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. This is somebody grounded and earthy. They're in the upright position, so that means they're available to you. So it's not like they're rejecting you is what I'm trying to say. The interesting thing here with the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Cups in your advice, it says hold on to your hats for a hot minute. Don't let go just yet. Some of you, it's talking about saving money for a rainy day. Others of you, and that's why it's saying put out feelers. So for example, let me put it into context. Throw your resume out there, save your money. There could be a rainy day coming. See what your worth and your value looks like there for your job or job security. Others of you, it could be in regards to a person and a relationship, because to me, this is a money person, a boss or somebody who dispenses money, or this is an actual earth sign regarding love. Somebody grounded and earthy, right? And they're saying, hold on, send out a text message to this person or this situation and see where you stand. Put out those feelers. All right, now let's see what the Ten of Cups is trying to say to us, because what a great ending. Because I feel like I saw a Ten of Swords just right now peeking out at me, which is endings and betrayals. So I feel in a weird way, it could go either way. It could go Ten of Swords, painful ending, or it could go Ten of Cups. No in between. Ten of Cups. And look where it's going. It's going to commitment. It's going to marriage. It's going to institution. That's the word I was trying to get out before. But the Ten of Cups and the Hierophant talks about, yes, a job, a formal job with a contract and so forth. Others of you, this is a couplehood going into marriage or a commitment of some kind in a formal kind of way, like introducing you to family and, making it more formal. And the Page of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Some of you are still peeping something or someone else or something else. I don't know what you're doing, but you're still peeping something. Like you're trying to get information. But that's at the bottom of the deck, and that's next week's problem. So let's see what's going on here in regards to love, and then we can move on. This week's reading wasn't short and sweet. This was like a great reading this week. Ooh, interesting. And look at the bottom of the deck is honeymoon. Oh my God, my daughter's making me do her weird habits with my hand. Too weird. Anyway, reconciliation. And that could have been the Three of Pentacles we were looking at earlier, but that's more Three of Cups. Now, with reconciliation, this could also be a past life situation too that you're reconciling with. So maybe you don't recognize it as a reconciliation in this lifetime. Others of you, it's a flat out reconciliation, because it's interesting where in your advice, it's giving you the Four of Pentacles and to send out feelers. So if you think this person doesn't care, they might actually care. But who knows? We'll see when we deep dive on this individual in the extended reading. Wisdom House tonight. Let's go to you for final advice. And then we will end it here. But honeymoon at the bottom of the deck. Ooh la la. And it feels positive, honeymoon. It doesn't feel negative. Aries, please. Oh, did I really have to say it? Ooh, trapped. Let's read you. My dear sweet child, do you feel as if you're trapped in your life right now? Do you sense that you cannot do what you really want to do because others have expectations of you that you may not be able to fulfill? Do you feel as if you will never get what you want or go where you want to go? Have patience, for truly you are in a temporary prison that exists only in your mind. Your circumstances, no matter what they are, will change, and you will be free to experience the life you wish to lead. In these times, dreaming is the best antidote, and of course, patience. Consider the story of the half-raven boy trapped in conflict until he finally follows his heart. Trust in me, for I will show you the way when the cage doors open so that you can fly free. Remember earlier when I was telling you the universe is going to test you by giving you another dose of what you put yourself in? Sometimes like when we go from one job to the next, it's just a different set of handcuffs, right, guys? But if we're not living our dreams, this is why you're feeling trapped. So the universe is going to start giving you signs and symbols through your dreams, through, signs and like out there, things that people might say to you, songs, music, movies repeating, things like that. All right. All right, everybody, that's what I have for you this week. I hope this reading helped. Please leave me your comments down below. You know I read everything, all your comments. Even if it takes me a few days, I get through all of them. All right, everybody, I'll see you next week.